Today we're going to be covering the clinch. No matter what style of martial arts you do, whether it's karate, Thai boxing or MMA, you're going to find yourself getting really close to your opponent and one of you is going to initiate the clinch. Okay, you won't be able to use punches and kicks, but that's where your knees and elbow strikes come into play. We're going to go over 4 basic grips to help you survive in the clinch. When you are in the clinch, you don't always necessarily need to attack or defend. Sometimes you just want to escape, or you want to stay there. Maybe if you're doing a combat sport, the referee will break you up, or you want to look for a throw if you're doing a more karate based approach. So the 4 grips we're going to go through, guys, is staying inside, our very basic plum clinch. We're going to go on the outside. We'll have one on the neck and one arm on the arm, and then we'll go around the body. Okay, stay tuned, guys. Okay, now we're going to go through some common mistakes first before we go into those 4 clinch grips. The first one is if our partner has us in a clinch. The first thing that we do is if we stand too square with no stance, we can get folded very easily. Okay, as soon as this happens, we're going to start getting kneed in the chest. We'll get kneed in the face as well. Okay, to get rid of that problem, we need to keep our hips up and go a bit closer to our opponent. Okay, if we get in the clinch, alright, if I'm far away, it makes it easier for our opponent to pull us down. So I want to come a bit closer. Now if he tries to pull, I'm going straight into his chest instead. It makes it a lot safer. Okay, the second thing is if I get folded, or even if I'm just standing there in the clinch naturally, I don't want to cover my body up with my arms. Okay, because if I do get folded, yeah, I can get elbowed from here. Step off an elbow. But even if I stay upright, if I'm close to him like this, he can still turn and elbow me. See, straight away. So I've got no guard at all. Alright, the first thing that we want to do is if we're in the clinch here, I want to have my arms here and be close to him. The closeness stops the knees, and the arms here prevents him from elbows. Okay, and if we really want to, we can have one hand on the head as well. We can stop from headbutts. Okay, now let's go to the grips. Okay, so the first clinch grip we're going to go through is the basic plum clinch, the one we do in class most of the time, if not all the time. Okay, we'll start on the outside first. Your hands around the neck. Okay, you want to keep your elbows a bit further out and it's pushing into my chest. Okay, to see the opposite, he's going to have his elbows closer to my chest. Okay, this makes it a lot easier for me to elbow here. It makes it easier for me to come over the top and frame here. Okay, so he doesn't want to do that. He wants to keep his elbows slightly flared. So now if I try to elbow, he can move and stop it straight away. If I try it with the other side, it move and stop straight away. Okay, it also allows him to stay close to me, and it prevents me from trying to move back because he's constantly on me, constantly got pressure because he has his elbows in the correct position. Okay, for me to get inside is very easy. He's going to start on the inside first. I'm going to have one arm holding him. Either I'm holding his bicep or I'm holding around the back of his neck, and I'm going to swim in with the other hand, push first, then around the back. Now I've got one hand there. I always have one point of contact the whole time I'm clinching. I never want to do this because as soon as this happens, he's going to fold me and he's going to knee to the chest, knee to the face, whatever. Okay, so we need to make sure that we always have one point of contact the whole time. He's going to swim in now. One first, the other one follows. One first and the other one follows. From here you can do your knees, round knees. You can do your forward knees. You can even elbow up from the inside. Okay, lots of different options. Okay guys, the second grip now is going to be me attacking and leading into the clinch. So I'm going to be facing my partner. I'm going to be throwing some strikes, whether it be some punches, or throw some kicks, and then all I'm doing is getting him to shell up. After I've conditioned him to shell up and cover his face, I'm going to fake a step in, and I'm going to have one arm around his neck here and other arm on his bicep. You can have both around here, but that leads to the same swimming thing. And you can see Muhammad Hassan's hands are already inside, so you can, there we go. We're not doing that clinch right now, funny hat thing. Okay, so we're going to be going on the outside, and I want to stay on the outside. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, maybe throw the kick as well, then I clinch. Pull him back towards me. I have one arm here and the other arm on his bicep. From here I can easily round knee because this is here. Okay, and I can easily knee to his body. I can get a couple elbows in as well. Okay, very, very simple. The way to get out of this clinch, it seems fairly easy actually. All he needs to do is push forward with this shoulder into my own body, hold my shoulder here, and push out, extend your arm. There we go. So now he's framed against me as well. So it makes it harder for me to knee. I can stamp here, but it's very difficult because I'm now much further away from him. Okay, so that's how to get into that clinch grip and how to escape from that clinch grip. Okay guys, so clinch grip number 3. This is one inside and one outside. Okay, so the second grip we had, Muhammad Hassan was mainly inside and I was outside, but I wanted to attack and clinch before he got his arms around me. So you can see that his elbows are both on the inside and mine are both on the outside. I stay close to him to stop him from headbutting me or elbowing me or anything like that. Okay, so the third clinch is going to be one inside, one outside. So I'm going to have one arm in, I can have here, or I can have it around the side. And the other one, we have on the inside of his arm here. I'm also going to have the same thing now actually. You can have this arm around my neck and one arm on my bicep here. Alright, so it's very easy for both of you to get into this clinch position. It's very good because it leads into our up elbows. With this hand, the one that's on his bicep, it leads straight up there, and Muhammad can do the same to me. Okay, so we have to be very careful that our partner isn't in this grip. If they are in this grip, the first thing we want to do is just break away very, very quickly. If they break away, that's great. If they don't, we want to be a bit more assertive and push on that bicep again. I'll do it slowly. We push on this one because we have leverage here. So even if he's holding onto my neck really, really strong, remember he's only got one hand. So I can push into his joint here and it comes off anyway. Alright? From this position, it's very, very easy to go into our round knees with our right leg. We lift up. So we can knee straight in there. We've done this exercise in class before. I reach up and I come down over the arm. Now I can punch to his face, I can elbow him straight away, I can knee him here a bit more as well. Okay, so there's lots of things you can do with that grip. Guys, and the fourth and final clinch grip that we're going to go through today is the body lock. It's excellent for fighters who are shorter like myself and you're fighting against somebody who's a lot bigger than you. If Muhammad Hassan has the clinch on me, yeah, and I'm much smaller than him, stay upright. If I'm much smaller than him, it's going to be difficult for me to get all the way inside. He could be a bit stronger than me as well. Okay, so we need to clinch against that. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try and pull this a little bit to the side there. It doesn't matter if I can't do that. I just want to have a little bit of distraction here. So when I shoot in, I can get one shoulder. And if you come to the other side, so you can see the arm. So if you clinch around me there, okay. Again, see how I said in the first grip, I always have some point of contact. I never want to be standing here just like this. I'm asking to get elbowed straight into the face there. Okay, so we always want to have one point of contact, whether it's by his face or on his arm. Okay, I'm going to pull this slightly and I'm going to shove one shoulder in there. Okay, and then I'm going to hug around his back. If you just swing around this way so you can see the grip, I'm not hugging like this. Okay, this makes it a lot harder for my hands to separate if I'm squeezing and tensing my own hands. Okay, so we want to have the hands round each other. Okay, and I can clip here or I can stay here on the inside. And all I'm going to do is lift. I'm going to push my hips into him. And I'm going to lift up slightly and then just walk back with him. Okay, one more time. Okay, come be here. Right, you're going to clinch. Nice. I'm going to pull one. I'm going to shoot one shoulder inside. And I'm going to lift towards him and get him off balance as much as I can. Okay, the way to get out of that body lock is simply with another body lock. So if I have Muhammad in that position, I'm going to have one shoulder in here. He's going to swim one arm in, and then he's going to come all the way underneath, and then you can do the same with the other arm, lift one in, and now he's got the body lock. He's going to shoot his hips forward, he's going to walk backwards with me. You can start kneeing if you want to as well. Very hard for me to do anything in this position. Okay, let's show it from the other side as well. So I already have him in the body lock. I have one shoulder inside. He's going to swim one arm underneath. And then I do the other arm. Hips up, hips forward. There we go. So I'm stuck now. He can push me backwards, knee, whatever. Okay, lots of different options from there as well. Alright guys, and that was the second part of that green belt syllabus that I mentioned in the other video. We're covering the clinch. Okay. In karate, the clinch is a very, very important aspect in most schools, if not I'd say 90% of schools, they don't teach any form of clinching or grappling when it's so important. It's called Katame-waza in Japanese, which is just grappling techniques, and karate has so many of these, including the throws and headbutts. A lot of American full contact forms of karate and Brazilian forms of karate include headbutts, which we'll be going through later. That's where that grip comes in, when I have one arm on his arm and the other arm on his head. If you rewind the video, you see I do that a few times. That's to stop the headbutt, but we'll go through that later. Okay, even if you're not attacking in the clinch, you can still try to defend. Remember common mistakes, guys. Don't keep your hands here and don't get folded while you're in the clinch. If you can, just try to escape or get into an advantageous position so your opponent can't deal any damage to you. We have a lot of videos coming soon with the clinch. We have some elbow combinations, a lot of knee combinations, and eventually we'll have some throws and sweeps in the clinch as well. And then finally we'll get to my favorite aspect, which is the headbutt. There's a lot of really cool headbutt exercises that I really want to go through with you. If your neck isn't strong enough yet with the clinch, guys, there are a couple things you can do to stretch it or strengthen it. The first thing is to just get in that plumb position with your partner and pull their head down very gently, just enough pressure for you to feel the muscles in your neck, nothing too hard so that you strain your neck. Alright guys, be careful when you do any neck exercises or training at home. Always approach with caution and just go through the motions. Okay, I hope you enjoyed today's videos, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.